I'm going to help you find gifts under $50 that all guitar players need. Hey, I'm Derek at 5 Minute Music, and if this is your first time here and you're looking for guitar gear, if you're looking for lessons and tutorials, go ahead. You can start right now by clicking subscribe and hitting the bell so you don't miss a thing. So when it comes to buying guitar gifts, even like something simple like strings, you start looking and there's hundreds of brands and then hundreds of options within those brands, thousands of options, and that can be frustrating and overwhelming. So let me help you narrow it down to a few high quality options. And let's start with strings. So if you are shopping for an acoustic guitar player and they use metal strings, let me recommend the Elixir Acoustic Phosphor Bronze NANOWEB Coating 1253 Light. So for each one of these, by the way, I know sometimes it's hard to see. I'm going to post a link down below in the description where you can click on it so you can get more descriptions. So these are amazing. They're a very popular choice for a few reasons. Let me tell you some of them. One, they're really smooth, and so they're easier on the fingers. They feel really good on your fingers. And they're a lighter gauge. It's easier to press down. And their tone is bright but also warm. It's a great tone. It's not brittle. It's not muddy. It's bright and warm. So the Elixir NANOWEBs are a very popular option for acoustic guitar players. But if you're shopping for an electric guitar player, let me recommend the Ernie Super Slinkies. There you go. I love these. You go into any guitar store around, you're going to see the nice hot pink label, the Super Slinkies on the wall in the guitar shop. So they are very nice, super slick on the fingers, a lighter gauge. I love these strings. I've used these strings for 28 years and I love them. And they're great tone, and a lot of famous electric guitar players use these strings. They're just a great sound, and they hold up real well. So I highly recommend the Ernie Super Slinkies. But what if you're shopping for a classical player or maybe a folk player that uses nylon strings? Well, let me recommend the Diodario Pro-Arte strings. And the package I'm going to recommend comes with a 3-pack. There's 3 of these that come in the pack. Let me talk about this little baggie real quick. This baggie is sealed, it's airtight. And so what you can do is you can buy them, open up the packet, put the first set on, and then you have 2 extra packs there that will stay good for a long time. If you live in a more moist climate, the packaging and the sealing keeps them from corroding. I mean, I have literally had mine on the shelf. I've had an extra pack on the shelf for a couple of years, opened it up, they're factory fresh out of the package, and I put them on, I use them, and they're great. So I highly recommend, again, here we go, Elixir NANOWEBs, Ernie Super Slinky, and the Diodario Pro-Arte strings. And again, I'll put links all down in the description. So let's say you maybe picked up some strings, but you want to pick up something else for them. Picks. Most guitar players use picks. And I have a good recommendation for you. This is the Dunlop Max Grip pick. See the little checkered lines there? That is a pattern of these raised bumps that makes this pick stay in your fingers better. So if you're nervous, your hand's a little bit sweaty, these will stay really tight in your hand. I love these picks. These have been the picks that I've switched to over the last year, and I really like them. So I'll put a link down below. If you don't know picks, like anything else, it's like coffee. How do you like your coffee? Well, you can get your coffee 1,000 different ways. It's kind of the same with picks. So if you can sneak around and ask your guitar player that you're shopping for what they like, or maybe you can see what they like, you can read it. Most picks will have a little number on it. Like this one says 0.73 millimeters. That's the thickness. This is a good middle of the road pick. If you don't know what they like, a middle of the road will serve them well. One guitarist was telling me the other day he likes a heavier pick for soloing, strumming, but he'll use a lighter pick on acoustic. Well, there you go. So you get a pick like this, and they might find a really good use for it. When you do a middle of the road pick, they'll find a good use for it for something. This is a good pick to get. So it's the Dunlop Max Grip 0.73. So we've talked about strings, we've talked about the picks. One more thing. Straps. So, especially if they're an electric guitar player or acoustic, metal string player, they will need a strap. Now this is my personal strap. This is a comfort strap. This thing, I have literally used this for 28 years. and I've used it with Gibson Custom Les Paul, a Gretsch Chet Atkins Tennessean, an Ibanez RG550, all sorts of guitars, and it has been my go-to strap. I love this thing, and I'm going to put a link to it. And this one, when you see it, it'll say long, and the size is 38 inches to 45 inches. And I'm about an average size guy, and it's about right in the middle for me. So if I was bigger, I could let out, there's room where I can let out more, or I can take it up more. So I think if the person you're buying for is an average size person, this thing will be fine. Even if they're smaller, I think they can use it. If they're a really big person, you might need to shop around. But the good thing about it is you can usually return these. So if it doesn't work, they try it and it doesn't work, we can get them another size. So I think you've got a good selection there. But if you want to go a little bit bigger, over $50, I'm going to just give you 2 fun little things to check out. One is the Yamaha C40. Now this is the CG40, this is mine. The new one that they do is the C40. These guitars, it's a nylon, great peaceful kind of tone that you can have around the house. It's like $150. It is a fantastic guitar. I did a review, and I'll put a link in the end, at the end there. I'll put a link to this review that I did of this guitar. It is a fantastic guitar. And if you have an electric guitar player in your life that you just want to do something really fun for, there you go. This is the Fender Champion 20 amp. This little portable amp, 20 watts, it's like 6-7 pounds. It is fantastic. It's very small, and it sounds good at low volumes. So if the guitar player lives with you, you might want to get this for them because they can rock out without peeling the paint off the walls and making you want to like run around screaming. So this is a great amp. It's like $130 delivered to your door. Amazing amp, and it sounds phenomenal. And I'll put a link. I reviewed this amp as well, so I'll put a link to that. So if you're interested, you can check that one out. So there you go. There are some very affordable options from $7-10 all the way up to the strap, which is about $30, and then the amp, which is about $130, and the guitar, which is $150. So hopefully that gave you some good ideas. Again, if you're looking for more gear, lessons, or tutorials, remember, go ahead and hit subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss a thing. And go ahead and if any of these gifts jumped out at you, go ahead and get them now, because you can just click on the link and they'll be delivered. If they're Amazon Prime eligible, you can have them in 2 days for that guitar player in your life. So hey, I'm Derek at 5 Minute Music. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. God bless.